Yeti Nano. All right, folks. This is Kenny with Just the Right Angle coming at you this morning with a wonderful update. Overall, I try to stay positive when I can. There were several tax increases last night. I gave you the updates on some of them. Some of them I did not have the results for yet. I have them now. And overall, despite the efforts of the Municipal League and the Arkansas Association of Counties and these other globalist organizations that are really the ones that control your local officials that claim so-called local control. Overall, most of at least the bigger tax increase elections, the conservative folks won. They defeated the special election tax increases that were done. I am making posts on Telegram. You can also follow me on Just Right Angle on YouTube, Truth Social under Keep Arkansas Legal, Twitter Kenny_NLR. Also posting on Facebook, Zuckerberg's Meta. I know it's rigged and it's designed to shadow ban people, and of course the cowardly consultant Chris Caldwell, that's one of his clients. And of course, Zuckerberg did use his Zuck bucks to sabotage a lot of our elections, but a lot of people are on there, so I kind of have to use it. But anyway, I'm going to go right quickly as best I can. Sorry about that. One thing I do forget. So this is the Conduit News article that talked about these elections. And this was based upon an article done by Kristen Higgins, September 30th. Thank her for doing that. She actually did the research and found a lot of these elections. I'm going to first start off, just go down the list here, and then I'll cover some that aren't in this list. Calhoun County, voters were asked to approve a 1% sales tax. Now, let me see if I can find it because I did have it up earlier. Here it is. So, unofficial results of special election and 1 cent use of sales tax, FIR County Roads. I think is a misspelling. This was posted 11 hours ago. And as you can see here, I have no idea where these places are. Only 358 people voted. I don't know what percentage that is of the population. But the totals are 167 for, 191 against. So only by a few votes was that tax increase defeated. And folks, I got news for you. That's nowhere near the closest election. So this is the Calhoun County, Hampton, Arkansas. I guess I assume is the biggest town there. Yeah. So congratulations to the folks there. People just probably got up there and say Marion County, moving down the list. Marion County, much bigger defeat there. I don't know if I can see the results. Let me try Marion County Election Commission, but I have them here on my phone. 397 people voted for the tax increase, but 1,244 people voted against. So almost a margin of 3-1. People said no. They made a statement, and hopefully their local officials will look at that and go, let's not try this again. And maybe their association of counties and the municipal league will realize they don't have any power there. I have tried to put see where I can find the results in these. This looks like it may be on their Facebook page. Let me try their Facebook page because it's not on their main website. And this is kind of what I was doing last night, the same thing. Here we go. So there is that. Excellent job by the folks in Marion County. I know some people there that campaigned against that tax increase. Contact local folks, contact businesses, let them know. And when they try to sneak these past voters, but people find out about it, that's usually when these tax increases fail. So moving right along, cities, Bella Vista. I won't show the results. Bella Vista one did pass. Let me see if I can find the for and against on Bella Vista. Overall, it was about 1,000, not quite 1,200 people voted for, and roughly 500 people voted against on the three initiatives there. And this is, of course, improving fire stations, but of course, the city administration places street improvements, police, but of course, a lot of this is going to go to things like sidewalks, walk paths, that sort of thing. Conway, this was one of the big ones. This was a multi-million-dollar tax increase. I'm going to go to KTV Channel 7. Here's the Conway results. 25-cent sales tax, and then they approved there were 6 items on there. Actually, let me go back to Conduit News because I just shared this one. And they made this thing really complicated. 6 questions on the ballot. One, $52.9 million, a musical venue. There was, I think that one failed. The convention center one failed. I think there were only 2 that passed. The one that regarding the police center, and then the fire station, and then some kind of other one for improving streets. I think these last 2 passed. Jason Rapert may have a better description of what happened with this than what I did, because he posted about this. Former state senator Jason Rapert made a lot of posts about this. Okay, here's Jason Rapert's thing here. Ballots questions 1 and 2 for public safety and streets and drainage passed. Ballot questions 3 for 6 for a music venue, convention center, the Grand Theater, and a boardwalk at Lake Conway failed. You can see these are the line of folks that show up there. Some people said they didn't vote when they saw because the line was too long. And then at 6, it was even worse, but that's actually a good thing. Again, when most people show up, these tax increases usually fail. And sometimes just because it's for police and fire doesn't mean it's legit either. So oftentimes these cities will waste money on stupid pet projects and then throw their hands up in the air and say, we have no money for police and fire. So congratulations on the folks in Conway. Let's go back to here. Greenland and Ozark, I don't know what happened with those ones. This is the big one, Sherwood. This was a $93 million tax increase they were trying to push in Sherwood, and huge campaign that was done against it. There was a group that was set up called Sherwood Truth Tax. And let me find them see if they've posted their results. This was done by American Sherwood Tax Truth. And let me see if they have the updates on this. No, they don't. They haven't updated their Facebook page. So I'll just go to KTV Channel 7 instead, because they have it up here. The Sherwood tax was voted down. I don't see it. Let me see if I can find the official results. Oh, it's on Pulaski County website. Pulaski County Election Commission will have it. So it was soundly defeated. This was the biggest election they had in terms of the number of tax dollars. Oh, wait, let me go back. They have it right here. So again, voter turnout was only 16%. That's still really sad. Not that many people voted, but the ones who did vote it, they voted against it. And looks like it was defeated by about 300 votes. If you sit there and do the math, little more than 300 votes decided close to $93 million. So again, your vote matters. Let's go back to our list. Texarkana. Texarkana had an election regarding bond issues for street improvement. And it says may include construction or acquisition. That means that can be a slush fund. So they're probably going to use this for pet projects. And here it shows they actually did approve. 678 to 381. So again, only a few hundred people managed to decide the tax increases for this area. So their property taxes are going to be increased. You never own your home at this point. It's just you're just renting it out to the government and to banks. School districts, let's move on to them. Arkadelphia School Districts, 3 millage increase. Here are the results here. It passed. Passed pretty overwhelmingly, 1,100 to 400, more than double. Now, I don't want the percentage of it. Okay, here we go. 16% of the vote. And it managed to sneak its way through. Honestly, I don't know that many people down there. I know there's a Republican Party group in that area, but yeah, they got it through. Cleveland County School District, theirs also passed. Let me see if the Cleveland County Herald has it. Okay, that's the resolution. Let me see if they actually have the news briefs. Oddly enough, sadly, these sources for regarding the information of the tax increase don't actually show them. Cleveland counties did pass. I can't see by what margin, but unfortunately theirs was a huge one because it's 6 mills, so their property rates are going to go high, and a lot of businesses are probably going to leave because of that. Lee County School District. Oh my goodness, this one is dramatic here, and I'll show you why. Let me see if they have the image of it. Wish I had a picture here. Let me see if I could find that picture. So the vote regarding the Lee County tax increase was a margin of 1 vote. Yes, it is literally being decided by 1 vote. It is, I think it was 888 to 889 against. And I am trying to see where I can find that picture. Let me see where I can post that. It will automatically trigger a recount, but it is 889 against 888 for. I don't know. I can't see where the percentage is now. They usually count the early vote and the absentee vote first. Let me see if William McLean has a picture of it on his wizard. This is a guy that has been leading the effort to fight against the tax increase. And so thank him for all his efforts. And as you can see, if he had not got involved, this likely would have passed. This was a 15.7 mils increase, $35 million bond issue. And they managed to defeat it, like I said, by one vote. Get involved. It makes a difference. It makes a huge difference. It may not seem like it, and of course, our government officials try to convince you that your vote doesn't matter, that you don't matter, but it does. It makes a huge difference when you get involved. Nettleton School District, their tax increase passed. And let's see. Nettleton is in Craighead County area. Let me see if the election website has their results here. Why do we need election information in Spanish? You should be able to read English in order to vote in an election. Well, I'm on their election commission here. But it did pass. Pocahontas School District. Pocahontas School District had a tax increase of 2.95 mils. From what I understand, this one has been voted down. The folks in Pocahontas said no. And they managed to get enough people to... Let me see if I can find the results here. It is very... This is from MSN. Okay, KIT. Pocahontas School District voters rejected a millage increase, 55 to 43%, 813 to 664. And of course, the same thing. They do these consultants that come by and propose a plan. Of course, it's behind closed doors. Let me see this. This was a... Voters approved millage extension. I don't know what this is. 84.4% in favor. I don't know whether this was a previous election or something else.
And the Pocahontas School District voters rejected a millage increase proposal to build a new high school. Voters rejected the measure 55 to 45%. 813 people were against the measure, and 664 voters wanted to approve the increase. And the Pocahontas...
So I guess that was another election. I don't know what election that they were talking about before. Anyway, Pocahontas, those folks managed to block theirs. So good. Star City School District. Star City School District in Lincoln County and parts of Cleveland County. they had an election increase of 5 mils that was scheduled for their for that location, and it was rejected. Let me see if I can find the results in the official results. It was voted down, and it was, as I recall, voted down pretty soundly. Matter of fact, if I'm trying to look up, I thought I had it up here today. There it is. Star City election results. 176 people voted for it, but 597 people voted against it. That's brutal. 597 to 176. It's 600. It's almost a margin of almost, I think, 4 to 1. That was a no. That is an absolute no. Another place, Bradley County had one. Now, Bradley County is not on the list. It was one of these elections that I had tried to look for and was not able to find. But from what I understand, it has also been voted down. So, folks, overall, seems to be a success. This Kenneth McDougal guy, who was one of the first people that posted about this tax increase going on. Again, a lot of these were defeated by local folks. Sadly, the Republican Party of Arkansas as a whole has been a failure in trying to fight these tax increase elections. Usually it has to be done by conservative groups, Americans for Prosperity, Conduit News, local patriot groups. They're the ones that usually have to band together and defeat these things. When you have a local conservative group in your area, you usually do a lot better. You usually defeat these things and usually pass them or stop them from being passed in the first place. I wish you could say that this is the end of these tax increase elections, but it's not. They're going to try to sneak some. The good news is this coming year will be an election year. There will, of course, be the primaries. It'll be midterms, so there won't be a Donald Trump or no other presidential candidate will be on the ballot, but there'll be a lot of people coming to the polls for Congress and for other seats. And unfortunately, these local governments, because the association and county is in a municipal league, train them to push for tax increases, and that's all they know to do. There's another one. This is Lake Hamilton proposes a new school. This is going to be a tax increase probably pushed in May. This will be a 2.75 mil property tax. And here's all the little architectural design stuff that they did behind closed doors. And they've probably talked to a whole bunch of people. They may use some, school-funded lunches to try to bribe people into voting for that tax increase. Here's some of the pet projects they do. Remember, this is for a school system. Security system, $1.7 million. I mean, what are you going to do? Have armed guards there? I mean, the cameras and stuff, it seems like a bit much for a security system. Fine arts facility, $5 million. There's all kinds of millions of dollars that go through the arts system. Somebody could easily donate to that, fix that. A community and student event space. You don't need these things. Okay, you already have pavilions. You have churches that oftentimes have gyms. You don't need these civic centers. Baseball and softball turf fields, $1.6 million. I don't know how many billions of dollars the baseball league made, or what's it called, MLB, Major League Baseball, whatever they are. There's millions of dollars in that industry. Get them to pay for it. And of course, there's some details about the homestead tax credit and all that other stuff. And they always put it through the same thing. Oh, well, we don't like to raise taxes, but we don't have we don't have any choice. It's a lie. He said if the millage is not successful in March, so it is in March. So yeah, I wish you could say everything's easy, but no, there's a tax increase being pushed, and it's going to be pushed in March. Also, Pine Bluff announced they're doing a tax increase as well. The mayor there, Vivian Flowers. This is, of course, in Jefferson County, the county that hasn't been able to do a budget. So, anyway, overall, good news. Most of the tax increases were defeated. The bigger ones, the ones that particularly in Sherwood and Conley, were defeated. Some of them did get sneaked through, but for now, just take a little bit of a break from the political scene. We have candidates running for office. We're going to have, but for now, it's going to be Thanksgiving, hunting season, and Christmas. Just kind of take a break from it all. But pretty soon, we're going to need to get involved again and defeating more tax increases. Anyway, remember when the righteous rule, the people rejoice, and the wicked rule, the people groan. Other than that, this is just a quick update. And so I'm done now. You will have a wonderful day.